Week 11 on EA Sports.
And this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Touchdown, Cardinals! DeAndre Hopkins, 77 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
A first down throw for Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And Adams has it, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
First down, Packers.
Mayfield on play action, rolling to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
The tackle made.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Mayfield. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the day.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
A quick throw complete out to Isabella. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Deep ball for Goodwin. This is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And able to find Kirk complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Mayfield now. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play on third down for the Cardinals. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the draw, here's Jackson. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. These two teams all tied after 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the gun, Murray. And And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
For a Cardinal.
That one goes for 24 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
DJ Moore.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown. Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive can get wings, it's 4th down.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
5 yards on
that catch good for 5. It's third down. Mayfield to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
32-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. On fourth down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. This one from 46 yards out. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another 14 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Mayfield with it once more. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And a Packer first down.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield, and that is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
30-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drop.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
To Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
32. First down, Green Bay.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Touchdown.
Jace Sternberger, his third touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Packers 21. Cardinals 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
First down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Connor. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Murray. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Again, it's Jones. The ball comes out, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle in the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. Mayfield looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll run it with Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the end.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Chandler Jones, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. This is a 26-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. That drive took them inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold them to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 15-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
You ain't going nowhere. Rush in, rush in, rush in. 57.
Shotgun now from Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing again, Murray. That's caught by Jackson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
The ball carrier.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now Murray off play action. Flush to his right. Out of the backfield, complete to Farrow. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. On the carry, it's Jackson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Good. That ties the game, 24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And really a nice job there to make something out of that run, sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2nd and 6.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over. Here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50. Easy. Here I come.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Come get it. He don't want it. Check 37.
He may try and run for this. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Mayfield on play action. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Making the catch is Sternberger. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Mayfield to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. Buda Baker there on the coverage.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back.
Turnover on down.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Bush.
To throw is Murray. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown will win.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6. brings up 3rd and 5.
They need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Green Bay, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, it's a loss.